This is one of the surviving roommates, Dylan, and her boyfriend. This picture was deleted off her VSCO. Here's a closer look. Also seems to be red stains and bruises.
Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. I hope everyone's having a lovely Sunday. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders. May the victims rest in peace, condolence to the families, and may the correct justice be served. I find this to be very interesting. This is one of the surviving roommates, Dylan, and a boyfriend, Quinn Kelly, who's from Boise, Idaho. Quinn said that he hasn't been to Moscow, Idaho, but he was seen that night. They made all their pictures private. Why would they be wearing ski mask, when Dylan is supposed to be the person who witnessed a man with bushy eyebrows, 5'11", who passed away with half mask? Why would she be imitating somebody wearing a mask? Quinn had a bruise on his lips, and the person with the mask had the same bruise. Kind of a coincidence. The police have never explained to us where Dylan was that night. They just said she came home at 1 p.m. At 1 a.m. at night. They did not say who she was with, where she was. Neither did they explain much about Bethany Funk. We know she was at the Sigma Chi or Sigma Chi party, but we don't know more than that. This young man, I believe his name is Eddie, from the Sigma Chi Fraternity, was the person who opened the door with Hunter Johnson when the police knocked. And he said he didn't even live there. He doesn't know who lives there. They used to spend a lot of time at 1122 Kings Road. What do they know, and why aren't they talking? Hunter was the one who called 911 at 11:58 p.m. Where was E's brother that night? Why didn't Jack answer his calls that night? Getting 10 calls, although you're sleeping, 10 calls is a lot. Maddie called him thrice. Katie called him 7 times. Is it possible that he knew what was going to happen and he didn't want to get himself involved? He didn't even call Kaylee and Maddie's parents the next day. Where was Jack? Who was the target? Was it Kaylee or Maddie? The media made us believe it's Maddie, but it's actually Kaylee who got the most injuries and wounds. This was written on Facebook in the beginning. I have it on good authority. Cousin is a cop in a nearby town, but called in to help in Moscow. One school started back up. Apparently, the investigation is looking directly at the Sigma Chi Frat party. E and Zan attended from 8 to 9 that night. So they attended 8 to 9. He did not have any update on the timeline after they left 9 to 1:45, but did say it looks like the investigation is honing in on 2 suspects from the party that night, and any update should publicly name them by the end of the week. That was what Anonymous in the 4chan post said too. Isn't that kind of strange? The investigation was actually honing in into the Sigma Chi. The Inside Edition even said that the Sigma Chi fraternity was under a microscope. What happened to Zan and E? They were only there between 8 to 9. What happened between 9 to 1:45? Her father said that she was at home. He called her at 12 and she said she was going to chill at home. She did not say she was going to order pizza, but she said she was going to chill at home, because I've seen that interview. I'll try and find that again. But the father said she was going to chill at home. They don't seem to have any idea what happened between 9 to 1:45. That's kind of very strange. So the timeline of the couple doesn't make sense. And if Zan and E were in the party, I'm sure Hunter, E is triplet, would have seen him. So would have the other fraternity boys. We heard there was a fight there that night. And we've heard of 2 of them. I believe allegedly the Davids went to the hospital with injuries on their hand. Allegedly. Could it be possible that Jack got tired of stalking, allegedly, Kaylee? Because they were ex, but it seemed like he was following her on Instagram. She wasn't following him. Even the picture says a lot. Could he have got upset that Kaylee was moving on? He seems to be always in the background. That's just my thoughts and speculation. I've shown you all this from the beginning. Grizzly True Crime put this on from the very beginning. And I find it really, really odd and concerning that the police did not do anything, and the FBI, according to what the person said in this post. This is so hard to watch. Eaton texted my son at 2 a.m. and he almost positive they were still at the Sigma Chi or Sigma Chi at the time. Based on what the text said, that wouldn't put them at the house until at least 2:10 to 2:15. My son called the tip line and reported this days ago, but they are still saying they think E and Zana were at the house at 1:45. Frustrating. Why weren't they taking serious? This is actually more frustrating. So basically, this is one of E's friends in the Sigma Chi. He said he saw him at 2 a.m. and he's almost positive that he was still at the Sigma Chi at that time, based on what the text said. So it's E who texted his friend. So if E texted his friend and said, that was at 2 a.m. and said they were at the Sigma Chi at that time, based on what the text said, they were at the Sigma Chi. That wouldn't put them at the house until at least 2:10, 2:15. My son called the tip line and reported this days ago, but they're still saying they think E and Zana were at the house at 1:45. That is frustrating, says the mother of the son. So this mother's son is E's friend. So one of E's friends saw him at 2 a.m. Sorry, not saw him, texted him. E texted the other boy, that's what this mother's saying. E texted a friend. He's almost positive it was 2 a.m. and E said he was still at the Sigma Chi at that time. Based on what the text said, E and Zana was still at the Sigma Chi. So that wouldn't have put them in the house until 2 a.m., 2:10 to 2:15. And then the woman said, my son called the tip line and reported this days ago, but they're still saying they think E and Zana were at the house at 1:45. Frustrating. It's not really frustrating. This is really concerning. Something happened to E and Zana between 2 to 2:15. Because if this boy is certain that E was at the Sigma Chi, because E texted him at 2 a.m., then something happened to E and Zana after 2 a.m. I think this is really important. This is for fair use purpose. This is from Grizzly True Crime, Gizuke. Like, share, and subscribe to her. There was a lot of posts in the beginning, but some were really true, and I believe this was one of them. You can see the mother frustrated that the tip line that her son confirmed to that E texted him didn't do much about it, because they didn't still change it unless they put it on a gag order. It's also strange. And now we have Chief Fry, who's retired. This is exactly the time I've always said I believe something happened to the victims. The two girls, Maddie and Kaylee, something must have happened between 2:45 to 3:15 a.m. And I'll show you why.